So let's just get right into it. What if almost everything society teaches us about being social is wrong? You know the story. A full calendar and tons of friends equals a happy life. But what if all that constant interaction is actually quietly draining you? What if it's distracting you from the single most important relationship you'll ever have, the one with yourself?
Have you ever had that feeling? You're at a party, you're surrounded by people, you're doing all the right things, smiling, nodding, but on the inside, you feel totally and completely alone. It's like you're watching your own life from a distance. It's a weirdly common feeling, and it actually points to a much bigger truth we tend to ignore.
This message gets drilled into us from day one, right? Be social, make friends, join the club. A busy social life is treated like a badge of honor. But today, we're going to pull that idea apart. We're going to look behind the social mask and figure out what's really going on.
Okay, so first up, let's talk about what's called the social illusion. The big idea here is that a whole lot of what we call socializing isn't really connecting with people at all. It's something else.
It's that feeling of just being an observer, even when you're in the middle of it all. So much of our time is spent on small talk, right? The weather, what you watched last night. It's just filling the air because we've all been taught that silence is awkward. We're playing a part.
And that's really what it boils down to. A huge chunk of our social life is just a performance. We put on the right face, we say the expected things, we laugh when we're supposed to, but that performance takes energy, and it builds a wall, not a bridge. We're not sharing who we really are. We're just acting out a role.
So, if socializing is a performance, then what's the ticket price? Well, that brings us to our second point, the high cost of connection. There's an unspoken price we pay for all that social approval.
Now, this next idea might sting a little, but it's crucial. Think about it. Every single social interaction is a kind of transaction. It's a provocative idea for sure, but just let it sink in. In every conversation, every get-together, something is being exchanged. The real question is, what are we giving away?
And this is the currency. This is what we're trading. We trade our authentic thoughts for acceptance from the group. We hold our tongue to avoid making waves. We give up our inner peace for a little bit of outer approval. We're basically sanding down all our interesting edges just so we can fit in without any friction.
And here's the real long-term danger. When you play a role for long enough, you start to forget you're even wearing a mask. You begin to believe that the performance is you. And slowly, you lose touch with the person you are when the curtain falls and nobody's watching.
So why? Why are we so willing to pay this price? Section 3 really gets to the heart of it. It all comes down to a deep-seated, socially programmed fear of being alone. Just think about the messages our culture sends us constantly. It glorifies extroversion and treats solitude like it's some kind of disease. If a kid is quiet in school, they're seen as a problem to be fixed. We praise people who are always on, always busy. Being alone is basically equated with social failure. And all that programming leads us right into something called the dependency trap. This is where your self-worth gets outsourced. It starts to depend on likes, on invitations, on text messages. You get addicted to the constant noise of social life, because when it all goes quiet, that silence feels like an accusation, like proof that you're not important. Okay, so that's the problem. It's a big one. But what's the way out? Let's flip the script and talk about the solution. The power of solitude. This is where we stop seeing being alone as a void to be scared of and start seeing it as a source of incredible strength.
This is such a powerful way to think about it. Solitude isn't about being lonely. It's the only place where you can be 100% unapologetically you, without any judgment or expectations. In a way, it's the foundation of true freedom.
And this is a really key mindset shift. Don't think of solitude as an empty room. Think of it as a clean room. It's the mental space where all of the static and all the noise from other people's opinions finally dies down, and you can actually hear what you think, what you value. So how do you actually start building this muscle? Well, first, just carve out time where you are literally unavailable. No phone, no interruptions. Then, and this is a big one, just sit with the discomfort of the silence at first. It will pass, I promise. From there, you can actively work on detaching your self-worth from social media metrics and, maybe the most fun part, rediscover things you love to do just for you.
In building that inner strength leads us to the final and most important payoff, the art of intentional connection. See, the goal isn't to become a hermit and live in a cave. The goal is to use that strong inner foundation to totally revolutionize the quality of your relationships.
And the difference is just night and day. Mindless socializing, that's an escape from yourself. It's driven by obligation, and it leaves you feeling drained. But intentional connection, that's an expression of yourself. It's driven by genuine curiosity. It energizes you, and it's about deep conversation, not just surface-level chatter. It all leads to this simple but profound truth. You can't find something in other people that you haven't first found in yourself. Real, meaningful connection isn't about two broken halves trying to make a whole. It's about two whole people, people who are already complete on their own, coming together to share that fullness. And this, right here, is the ultimate takeaway. Once you build your own center of gravity, you stop needing social life for validation. Instead, you get to choose it for connection. And that one simple shift, from need to choice, changes everything. Your relationships become deeper, more honest, and just infinitely more real. So, let's just end with this one thought to chew on. In the end, our social world is really just a mirror, reflecting our inner world back at us. So, take a hard look at your own social life. The performance, the noise, the moments of real connection. What is it all showing you about what's really going on inside?